Hi, my name is Emmy. I'm on top of the Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs. And you're watching what I'm doing right now.
The Walmart parking lot is packed.
I don't think I've ever seen that many people. Oh.
No parking fire lane. You can't go this way. Oops.
This is great. I love it.
There's people everywhere.
There's nowhere to park. I think we have to park here. This is fine.
They got a tent.
Yeah. Let's go up and see what they're looking at.
It's a golden sunrise over golden arches. That guy just yelled at us to go home. There's a small handful of people in this town that are unhappy that many people have descended upon Casper to view the eclipse.
I'm really, I don't know, I feel very, excited and pumped right now just by seeing this. I mean, imagine what the fairgrounds is gonna look like. I'm just bubbling over right now. I just wanna shake your hand, Katelyn.
This is it, Todd. This is the big day.
This is what we built up for.
This is what we built up for. We almost left the eclipse glasses in the RV.
I know.
Last minute I was like, I know we have all the camera stuff, but do we have the eclipse glasses so we can watch it? And we were like, no.
I'm glad you guys did that. Where were the extra ones?
They were in underneath the RV in that little compartment thing, this little compartment thing.
Boy howdy.
I know.
Can I give you a hug?
Sure.
Oh buddy, oh buddy.
I slept for about 30 minutes, so
The eclipse was only 2.5 minutes and we came all the way.
Yeah, I just hope that I have my mental faculties with me to the point that I remember how to turn on the camera, point the camera in the right direction. Tentative plan is to get 2 drones up in the air during the eclipse to get crowd reaction stuff.
I think it'd be cool to fly the drone once there's a bunch of people and just to kind of get a look at who's here.
I'm worried about people getting pissed and being like, your drone's in the way of my eclipse.
The sun's going to be in a very specific part of the sky, so let's assume this whole plaza area is full. Probably if the drone is over that building, unless there's people on the roof, it's probably not going to be in their way. We are observing the eclipse from the fairgrounds here in Casper, and since we are media, look at these fancy media badges. Don't look at my tuna. They let us in early, so we're getting set up. Everybody's right here.
So there are so many people on Facebook right now that are posting all of these the sun is dangerous, don't look at it things. You haven't been raised to know about that your whole life.
Okay.
How does it look, Todd?
That looks freaking cool.
You look freaking cool.
Thanks, bud.
Todd and I are walking over to see what's up at the concessions stand. They have a hot dog and a daddy dog. Well, there's a daddy burger with bacon. Dang.
So this is a pinhole projector. So if you don't have eclipse glasses, this is a good way to see the eclipse. So I'm going to poke a hole in it, and then there's going to be a piece of white paper back here, and you're actually going to be able to see the shadow move across. And the longer it is between the hole and the paper that you're supposed to try to view on, the bigger it'll be. You ready? Yeah. Do you know what this is? This is this is an apple, yes. But this is a solar projector. We need to put this back here. So I want you to kind of just hold it here. Okay, so can you see this circle here? You might have to do something to make it a little bit brighter. But once the eclipse is happening, you'll be able to start to see the shadow come across it.
Okay. How's it going?
We're with the newspaper down in Fort Collins, Colorado. I'm just looking to talk to people as they're setting up. Do you have any interest?
Sure.
Okay, cool. Do you guys mind scooting together just a little bit?
Ugh, gross.
Sorry. So what kinds of footage are you hoping to get today? I know you set up the interviews, but what else are you looking at?
We've got a few microphones going on so that we can capture what I assume is going to be the hooping and hollering of the audience reaction.
Well, there's we heard people people will cry, people will applaud.
Yeah, our employee Abi, wherever she went, she gets very emotional about the natural beauty of the world and the universe. So I put a lavalier microphone on her today so that I can capture when she starts crying. The natural instinct is to shoot the sun, but I think the crowd reaction is going to be more interesting.
Yeah.
And in a lot of the things that we do, I try to think about like what's the human element. So that's why we're out here interviewing people, and I'm just hoping to get nice close-ups of people's faces as they're looking up at the eclipse. Yesterday we interviewed a guy. This is going to be his 17th eclipse. I asked him, after 7 or 8 of them, don't you feel like you've checked that box? And he's like, no. After tomorrow, you will understand. So I'm looking forward to
understanding.
knowing like what is so awesome about this experience that he spends so much of his life dedicated to chasing eclipses all over the world. In the end, all we are is experiences.
Yeah.
So this is an experience that I'm sure I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. All right, we've got a bunch of cameras all over the place, ready to capture the event. Are you ready, Callie? You look really ready.
The question, Michael, is, are you ready?
I don't know if I'm gonna feel ready. It's just gonna wash over me, and I'll have to accept it.
I feel like that's just life.
Yeah?
Where are you from?
Oakland, California.
Oakland, California. So when did you guys get out here?
We've been up in Wyoming for about 5 days now. We just drove into Casper this morning. I'm introducing my girlfriend to her first eclipse. It's my second.
The second.
Yeah.
Where was your first?
Australia, 2012.
Wow. Okay. How was that one?
It was amazing. We were on a dive boat in the middle of the Great Barrier Reef, and it was a pretty cool spot to be.
What are your plans today? What are you going to be doing?
I'm gonna hook my camera up to a computer, and it's gonna take like 60 photos,
Okay.
and then I can just enjoy watching the eclipse.
Great. So you're just going to set it up and then you just watch it.
Yeah,
Great.
exactly.
15 minutes to first contact.
Where's this rock guy?
Dwayne?
Can you spell your name for us so that we make sure we get it right?
Yeah, I'm not The Rock. I'm Dwayne, D-U-A-N-E, Johnson.
So how does this work?
This piece is parallel to the ecliptic. That's the path through the sky that the sun would take on spring and fall equinoxes, about March 23rd and September 23rd. Because our Earth is tilted, the sun appears to move above and below that, the ecliptic, by plus or minus 23.5 degrees. I just looked it up, and today it's approximately 12 degrees of declination to the north. This is what turns once in 24 hours, follows the sun if it was on that line, which it's not. So we have to tilt upward 12 degrees to follow it.
So this thing is powered.
It's running right now off of 12 volts, and this one is a micromite. It's an interpreter, which I can just do lines of code and make hardware work. 10 minutes ago, I got the code so that it steps the stepper motor. There is a stepper motor in here. It's a crude method, but the stepper motor drags this cog belt around. Now, it doesn't look like it's moving very fast because it takes 37,000 milliseconds for it to take one step. That's slow, but it's, once in 24 hours.
Yeah.
You did it.
Is your background in engineering or computer programming?
Primary engineering side. I worked for Unisys for 37 years in the design of stuff. So it was really a fun job.
So then what do you have mounted up on top here, camera-wise?
This one is a kind of an antique almost. It's a Samsung 30X zoom, optical zoom. It works really well on the sun.
Yeah.
And I've got the solar filter in there. I'm a scrounger. You know what that is? Can you recognize it?
I'm not sure.
It's a toy. It's about 25 years ago. They made these things by Play School, I think is the brand name. And that one's a sit and spin. They're like little merry-go-rounds for kids.
I remember that.
That big around. It had a
Yep.
bar up the middle.
It
And
just sits and spins around and throws up.
yeah, but it's got a great big diameter ball bearing in it. Find them in garage sales, $2 to free even. So
Yeah, thanks for talking.
okay, have fun.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Do you know which way it's coming in? Is it coming in from the top? I can't remember.
It'll come in from the same direction the sun is moving in,
Okay.
more or less.
Okay.
Maybe close to that.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's at
No.
like 2 o'clock on,
Yeah.
on the sun.
Oh,
There's a little bite.
ooh, a bite.
That's so cool! Oh my god, I can't believe it's happening. Ah! Oh my god! Looks like legit.
Starting to turn into Pac-Man. See that? It's like someone took a big bite out of it.
It's more like a little bite.
Well, it's a big sun.
Someone nibbled on the sun.
Where did
it was
first contact happen?
just a little bit before 10:30.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You can actually. Whoa.
Yeah. So
that's nuts.
The max was 81.9 and it's currently 79 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a solar filter on this lens that's pointed up at the sun. We have the thermal camera over there just shooting out that way. The temperature's already dropped 4 or 5 degrees since first contact happened. It's actually getting kind of weirdly dark and gray out here. It's bizarre. Look at Abby's face. She's just so, she's so happy.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, noticeably darker.
Yeah.
Noticeably darker, noticeably cooler.
Earlier, just because.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I'm feeling a level of excitement I did not think I was gonna have. But I'm like, when it hits full totality, I think I'm going to clap and I'm going to holler.
Yes, because there's so many people. I feel like having people come up and talking to you excitedly about it, like knowing that everybody here is also very excited about it, that helps. Like it just really.
When we get close to totality as well, I'm gonna tilt this camera up at the sun and let this one run so that we have one at like a normal exposure as the moon goes in front of the sun. So these guys are flying a hot air balloon and like there's no way that they are not blocking somebody's view of the sun.
They better be down
there.
in 10 minutes. Wow. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what to say about that. That's amazing. My heart is racing. 10
seconds.
10 seconds.
On. Glasses on.
Yeah. Quick. Oh my god. Wow. It's like daylight again. It's already Can we rewind time? Oh my god. That's the craziest experience of my life. I don't even know. I don't know what to say. What were your reactions during it?
Oh man, I was just like shivering a little bit, just like excited. And
would you want to see another one?
Definitely. I'm planning on going to the 2024 one now.
I came from Kyiv, Ukraine, so we came 9,000 kilometers here just to watch the total solar eclipse.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
We can't describe it. It's like we're on another planet.
The sunlight and the intensity, the cold breeze and everything, like 11 o'clock in the day, wow.
You just can't describe it. You should experience it.
When totality came, it just blew you away. I mean, it was even more of a payoff than I expected.
Yeah, it was like nothing I've ever seen before.
He was so excited, thought he was going to cry.
You see it on television and you see the pictures, but you don't feel the temperature drop, or you don't see, the wall of shadow just coming, engulfing everything around you, and everything going dead quiet. Stars, you can see the stars in the middle of the day. Like, it was unreal.
Definitely like the experience of a lifetime. Yeah. It was absolutely incredible. It was really cool. I cried a little. I was like, oh my gosh.
This is a time lapse that came off one of our GoPros. You can see the shadow moving through the sky right there. And I'll play that again just in case you missed it the first time. This is a time lapse that came off of one of my iPhones, so it's got kind of an auto exposure thing going on. This is a time lapse from the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. What I like especially about this one is that once totality happens, you can see all the street lights in the parking lot start to pop on. This is a time lapse from the drone that I had up in the air. I was interested to see whether or not I would see kind of a definite line of the moon's shadow moving across the surface of the planet. But what this shot tells me is that to see any line like that on the surface, you'd have to be way, way higher up in the air. This is a time lapse from the thermal camera. If you pay close attention to the cars in the background especially, they start out very warm, and as totality approaches, they cool off considerably. The asphalt in the foreground also cools down quite a bit. And this is the only shot that we got where you can actually see a phenomenon called shadow bands. If you look very closely, you'll see sort of a shimmery, ripply effect on the paper, especially on the left half of it there. This is a thing that happens as you get close to totality or as you exit totality. We had set up another camera specifically to capture this piece of paper during the eclipse, but forgot to reset the exposure on it, so that camera just recorded this.
Cheers to the eclipse, to the sun, to the moon. Woo! To the earth. To the earth.
We did it, Todd.
Hey, Michael.
We saw an eclipse.
We did.
So, having experienced that, I can totally understand how, let's say in the year, 5000 BC, some peeps are just chilling in their village and this happens and they're just like, what the f***? We've come to Johnny J's Diner. They got starters, salads, soups and chili, whatever, burgers. That's where it's at, of course. But also, I like sandwiches. Also, they have pies. Also, they have malts and shakes. And also banana splits.
Yeah, well, it's
The kids got hot dogs and they came in little cars.
That's awesome.
How neat is that? Pretty neat. Yeah. This looks delicious. Kelsey got a car. Abby's saying goodbye to the nieces and nephews. Bye.
I wish I could stay with you, but Christmas, okay?
They got their cars and they've been beeping around for, how long have they been beeping around? Actually 15 minutes?
Beep, beep. They're stuck in traffic.
Oh.
Traffic takes a long time.
I've still only slept for like half an hour in the past 2 days.
Tomorrow when we're driving, you can just sleep.
I'm gonna get some serious snoozing in.